Hello everyone, and welcome to Edit 6602 Instructional Design. My name is Mike Finley, and I'll be your instructor for this online course. The purpose of this course is to give you exposure to a systematic design to instruction. What you'll see over the next few weeks is that you can use a systematic approach to design instruction around predictable outcomes, goals, and strategies that you wish to obtain in the big picture. So the purpose of this course is to give you an overview of what we call the Dick and Carey model, or the Dick, Carey, and Carey model, which is similar to the ADDIE model, which you may have been exposed to, or the maybe the Understanding by Design (UBD) type approaches that are out there. But the Dick and Carey model is the probably one of the best to use and expose you to for this course. So everything that we'll be doing will be guided around instructional design. We will take instructional design step by step, from analyzing learner to looking at goals to actually carrying out the instruction and evaluating it. But before we get into that, let me just give you a little bit on my background. I am a part-time instructor here with Piedmont. I've taught a variety of courses, from instructional media to instructional design and instructional technology. My background is in instructional technology and distance education. I earned my doctorate degree in that field with an emphasis in a research interest in educational video games. I'm curious in how the role games and simulations play in instruction. So that's kind of my educational background in the instructional technology realm. And full-time, I work for Gwinnett County Public Schools. I've been a teacher, a social studies teacher, for the past 15 years with Gwinnett County, specifically Norcross High School. I currently teach AP and IB psychology all day over here at Norcross. At one point, I also served as my school's technology coordinator, and that was an interesting stint. But I feel that I had a little more fun and enjoyment in the classroom. So if you look at the course objectives here, I won't read each to you, but this is basically following the Dick, Carey, and Carey model that you're going to be responsible to learn. The course textbook is mandatory. You need to pick up the Dick, Carey, and Carey book there. So please, if you haven't done so already, order that. Since this is an online course, we will be using Moodle extensively. Moodle will be your go-to place to find out everything that you need to do and what's going on, along with your syllabus. I will post each week in Moodle, opening each week one week at a time. Try to keep you maybe 1 week ahead. Within each week, you'll see that there will be some sort of introduction, a video such as this, or videos depending on the week. I'd like you to watch those, and also the tasks that you have to do for that week. The assignments that you have will be due on the Monday of the following week. So if it's week 1 and you have assignments due for next week's assignments would be due on Monday by 8 a.m. of this next week. When you submit assignments, there will be drop boxes created. These drop boxes will be in that week, so you know where to place the assignment. There may be an assignment or two where I have you email it to me or post it somewhere else, but for the most part, you'll see that there will be drop boxes in the Moodle week, whatever week we're in. Communication is a big deal for me. I want you to communicate. I want to hear from you. You need to hear from me. If you have any questions or concerns, use the Moodle Messages tab. It's over in the upper right of the Moodle page. You'll see Moodle Messages. That's probably going to be the easiest way to contact me. Is via the Moodle message. It just allows me to keep track of everything going on for this course a little bit easier. If for some reason that doesn't work, or you need to get a hold of me, my Piedmont email is also just fine to go through too, which is listed there. I pride myself in a quick turnaround with emails. I'd like to say that I can get back to you within 24 hours if you have a question. On the weekends, it may be a little longer, just depending on the weekend if I'm around, so 48 hours, but typically it shouldn't be a long turnaround. So if you haven't heard back from me, try again, but I can get back to you pretty quick. When it comes to the specific assignments that you're going to be doing, everything will be mirrored around the Dick and Carey model and the chapters in the Dick and Carey model. So I expect you to know what's going on from week to week. You need to listen to the stuff that I'm posting. You need to read the chapters. You need to submit things on time and back up your work. This is a graduate level course, and the dog ate my homework type excuse we just can't have. You got to back it up, save it somewhere else, and keep up with everything. The key benchmarks, you can see how the course will be broken down in a total of 7 assignments. These 7 assignments are worth a variety of points, as you can see there. There will also be a quiz or 2 throughout the semester over your reading, which we'll see from week to week. You'll have notice when those are coming up. As you review the syllabus in these slides, these are basically just copied and pasted from the syllabus, you will see that each assignment goes specifically with a various chapter or component with the Dick and Carey model. So as long as you're following along with week to week, you're keeping up with the reading, looking at the examples in the book, referring to the syllabus assignment and what you're supposed to do, this should be fairly straightforward. Now, I understand it may be a little overwhelming at first, but for now, just think of the week-to-week basis, or stay 1 week ahead if you can, and you'll get a feel for the flow and format of what is due and when. So you can see that there are a total of 7 assignments and then the quizzes, and each goes through a different aspect of the Dick and Carey model. What you will be doing with these assignments will be creating an instructional project. Some sort of instruction you'll be creating with using this model. So you'll come up with one concept and you'll apply these aspects to your single instruction that you are designing. As you look at the syllabus, you'll see that there's some stuff when it comes to instructional design, like what you should or shouldn't be doing. The instruction that you design probably won't be familiar to you, and that's okay. When you're thinking about these assignments, and I'll talk more about this in the next discussion, but you're going to probably want to pick something that you're not familiar with, and that's fine. Instructional designers sometimes will do that. You'll also want to pick an instruction that's fairly simple and easy to do. We want a quality. I want to see you implementing these strategies and the plan over quantity. So your ideal lesson would probably be about 30 minutes long. Paper-based. We'll talk about how it should probably be paper-based also because of the format of the course. For each assignment, I've also included the scoring rubric. Use these as your guide to make sure you're covering all your bases and you're hitting on everything that needs to be done. I've just provided the rubric for the first assignment here, but in your syllabus there's a page for each one. These rubrics will be how I grade your tasks, so make sure that you're covering them all. So what are your expectations for me? Well, I will do my best to provide you with timely feedback. I know how important it is to hear back and see what you're doing, so you can see what you're doing, what's going right, what corrections you may need to make. So timely feedback is important to me. I'll do my best to be open with communication, listen to your concerns, and it's a two-way street. So you gotta, if you're having trouble, talk to me, and we can figure it out. I want to see you succeed and be happy and enjoy the course, and I'll do everything I can to help you do that. Using the rubrics and the guidelines that are set in the course, it should be fairly consistent and fair for everyone, and that's important for me. So what are some tips for success? Well, plan ahead. This is an online course. You need to structure yourself or structure your work and not procrastinate. These aren't the type of things that you can do on a Sunday night at midnight. You got to kind of work through the week to get the tasks done, keep up with the reading. If you're not sure about anything, ask for help. I know in my high school psychology classroom, if just because things make sense to me doesn't mean it makes sense to everybody else. So if something doesn't sound right, ask. It's not going to offend me or hurt my feelings or anything. If it's not clear, you're probably not alone. Make sure you know the rubrics and review the samples that I provide you. For some of the assignments, I will provide you with a template that you could use and follow, which should help structure what you do. And then be open to feedback. I will try to give you constructive feedback that you could use to apply to the remaining assignments. Okay, so that's about it. We've just reviewed some of the overview of the course. In week 1, you're supposed to listen to this opening lecture, which you did. You should be reviewing the syllabus, start reading through it. The next day or so, go ahead and participate in the introduction forum, and also complete the first day survey, which will be in week 1. So I look forward to working with you, and I will talk to you later.